Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to try out an at-home lash lift kit that I got on Amazon. I paid a little less than $50 for it, which is pretty good compared to how much you pay when you go get it done professionally. I got the idea from Toni Sevdalis. I think that's how you say her last name. I will link the video where she tried this out down below, and I will also link the exact kit that I'm using. But I think you can just search on Amazon for a lash lift kit and you'll probably find something similar. There may be cheaper options. I don't know, I just went with the one that she tried. I have already played around with this last night and it was a little bit of a fail. Sorry if you can hear my dogs. It was a little bit of a fail, but I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. I think it was just user error. So I'm gonna try it again and we're gonna try it together. So this is what the outside of the box looks like. And when you open it up, this is what it comes with. So these are the silicone pads that you put on your eyelid. This is the glue for the silicone pads and your eyelashes. This is the perm solutions. This is number 1 and number 2. And then this is the nourishing agent. But all the instructions on how to use it are on the back of the box, and they're very easy to follow. Like I said, I had a little bit of trouble with it the first time I tried it, but I think I figured out what I did wrong. So hopefully I will have a better experience this time. So let's just get started. So the box also came with these little things, but I have no idea what you use these for, and it doesn't actually tell you on the back of the box. So if you know what these are for, will you leave it down in the comments, because I actually have no clue and it may make my life easier, but I don't know how to use them. So I guess we're taking the hard way. So like I said, last night when I actually tried this out, I used the medium size. It comes with medium and large. And these were actually kind of a little bit big, so I'm going to use these again because I know the large would definitely not work. So I'm going to take out the medium one. I'm only going to be able to do one eye at a time, which for video purposes is a good thing. So you can see, you can compare before and after, or before and after. But even if you're doing it at home by yourself, you would probably have to do one eye at a time, because obviously your eye is going to be kind of closed, or at least a little hard to open, or at least it was when I did it. And you have to do each of the steps for 10 to 15 minutes. So it's very time consuming. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about purchasing the kit. So, and there I go dropping it. Okay. So this is what the silicone pad looks like, and you just take the glue, which comes in the kit, and when I tried it last night, I put the glue directly on my eyelid, but what I think I'm going to do is actually put the glue on the back of the pad, because I don't think I covered my eyelid with enough glue, so the pad started coming up. So I think I'm going to stick it straight to the pad and then put the pad on my eyelid. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real fast. And don't be scared of the glue. The glue does remove pretty easily with water. So don't be scared. So I'm just gonna hold that down for a minute to let the glue get tacky, because that was one of the main problems I had when I tried it last night, was the pad coming up. Okay, so now I have the silicone pad basically stuck. I know this looks weird. Basically stuck down. It's still coming up a little bit in the center, but I think that it's gonna be okay as long as I don't move my eyelid too much. So the next step is to take the glue and to put an even layer across the outside of the silicone pad and you're going to use, the directions say to use a toothpick, but I don't have a toothpick, so I'm going to use the end of a cheap makeup brush. And I'm putting a hefty amount because when I tried this the first time, I was struggling with getting my eyelashes to stay. So basically, this was just a big struggle bus last night that I'm hoping goes better this time. So I'm going to take the end of a makeup brush and just start pushing my eyelashes to the silicone pad. Let me try adding a little bit more glue. Okay, so I think I've got them on there probably as good as they're gonna get. And then you are supposed to take the perm solution, the first one, the pink one, on a Q-tip. I tried to use the end of a makeup brush, but the opening is pretty small, so it was just easier to use a Q-tip, and this stuff stinks. And then you just put an even layer across your eyelashes. Okay, and then you let that sit for 10 to 15 minutes. I'm gonna try 15 minutes because I did 10 yesterday. Okay, so the pink solution has been on there for about 15 minutes. So I'm going to take a Q-tip and try to wipe it off. I think one of the mistakes I made when I tried it the first time was I tried to use a wet Q-tip or paper towel, and what that actually did was like remove my eyelashes from the silicone pad, or you know, made them not stick anymore. So I recommend just taking a dry Q-tip and trying to wipe as much of it off as you can. That way you don't mess up what's already there. Okay, I think I've gotten as much off as I'm probably going to be able to. So now you take the perming solution, the second one, the blue one, and you're gonna do the same thing. You're just gonna apply it with a Q-tip. I'm just gonna use the other end of the one I already used, and apply an even layer and let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so I'll be right back when it's time to take this off. Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing and take it off with a clean Q-tip, the same way I did the first one. I know it still looks like there's a lot on there, but what it actually has done is like stained the silicone pad. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next step. So the next step is to take the nourishing agent and also apply it with a Q-tip, except for this time you're only gonna leave it on for 5 minutes. So I'm going to take the Q-tip, apply it. This one is clear, so it's harder to tell how much you've applied, but just do the best that you can. And it's also helping take off some more of the blue perming gel. I hope that this goes much better than my last try, because it was kind of a fail the first time. Okay, so I'm gonna let this sit for 5 minutes and then I'll come back to show you how to take all of it off. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes with the nourishing agent on. So I'm just going to take a wet paper towel and go ahead and start removing everything. And when I tried this the first time, it came off pretty easily, so I don't think it's gonna be that hard. Okay, so it comes off pretty easily with just water. And if there's any glue still remaining, you just tap it off with a paper towel. Okay, so I just finished up doing the other eye, and I actually think that it turned out a little bit better. Sorry, I know my eyes are a little red. It's because I've been trying to get the glue off, which really isn't that hard. I use a wet paper towel. But this side turned out a little bit better. So I think that the more you do it, the better you'll get at doing it. One thing that I did differently on this side than I did on this side was I used more glue. The problem that I see coming from that is that I feel like you're gonna run out of the glue faster than the other things. And also, the more I opened the glue and used it, the goopier, like the texture of the glue was thickening, which can happen when you leave glue open or like eyelash glue. So it's understandable, but you might run out of this quicker by doing it that way. So there's pros and cons. I think that they turned out okay. I think with more practice, I could get better at it. And if you have longer, thicker eyelashes, it might work better for you. The glue might stick better, and you might have, with more area to put the perm solution, it just may turn out better on you. So I really can't tell you for sure or not. So here is the results. So use your own judgment. If you think that it would be cool to try, then give it a try. It's like I said, I think for the price, it's not a bad deal considering what you pay to get it done professionally, but don't expect salon results on the first try because, well, at least for me, that wasn't the case. So I think I'm gonna add some mascara so you can maybe see my eyelashes a little bit better. I don't have very dark eyelashes, so it's kind of hard to tell right now. So I'm gonna add mascara and see if that kind of helps you tell how it turned out. So I'm gonna use the Lancome Monsieur Big mascara. I'm not going to use an eyelash curler because obviously that would defeat the purpose of showing the results. But I'm just going to do a thin coat. And like I said, I always use an eyelash curler, so I mean, if this does anything and if it holds up, then that would honestly make it worth it for me. So honestly, that is a huge difference because I can hardly get my eyelashes to stand up that high with an eyelash curler. So if that holds at all, then it may be worth it. Let me do the other eye. So here's the final results. You can decide if you think it's worth it or not. If you do want to try it, I will leave the link to this exact kit in the description box. I got it from Amazon. You can search for a different one. There might be a cheaper option, but this is the one I used. And the directions that I used obviously apply to this exact one. They may be different for different ones. I will also link Toni's video that she did on this exact kit in the description box too, if you want to check it out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my struggles. Sorry, my dogs keep opening the door. I hope you enjoyed watching me struggle use this. Hopefully I'll get better at it and I'll end up loving it. And if I do, I will keep you updated. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.